And welcome back to Roll X Play, where we roll dice and we play games. You've joined us for our midweek campaign, Threads of Chaos. This is episode 9, titled Shipshape in Eberythian Fashion. There's no such thing as Bristol in this world, so that's the closest thing that we have. But before we begin, we only have 3 players today. That's fine. 2 of the players are currently away. Marie could not make it, and Arne is having technical difficulties with his internet. So hopefully we'll have him by next time, as well as Marie. So we can only fingers crossed. Imagine living without internet in the 21st century.
Yeah, imagine that.
What do? Read a book? No thanks.
Yes.
Okay, well, since it is just us here today, we will go through the session, but it'll probably be a bit more of a relaxed one, a bit more role-playing based. However, let's begin. So, the party have leveled up. They are now level 4. They have gained some abilities, some new feats, some ability score improvements here and there, but we're just going to go into a recap for now. So, in investigating the mysteries of the small port town known as Larin, the party helped uncover a strange altar depicting a shadowed entity holding a large red spiral to their chest. This spiral tried to consume the heart of a powerful devil, but the party were able to sever the connection before its essence could be fully devoured into this dark pit. In doing so, they stopped this crushing point of gravity where Axon's foot was pulled into, and any escalations were halted. Now, with the drowsiness completely gone from the town, the party readied themselves on where to go next. But they are given an invitation to board an Eberythian Dynasty ship known as the Poison Ivy, who can escort them to the capital city of Eberythian. A point of interest for all of the party members, as this is where the mysterious letter had told them to go. So, as you've had a bit of time in the morning to go about your day, today is warm, warmer than most days. Climates here in the Dynasty are extremes. Although summer has not yet set in, a warm and humid 30 degrees Celsius covers these barren lands. The town itself is alive, more than you've seen it in the day before. A larger presence of townsfolk wander the streets and rest by what is known as the Bottomless Lake, enjoying the waters and the warmer climate as summer is beginning to start. There is a joy about what is going on here. It's almost an infectious one, as it seems your actions last night has greatly changed how these people live. You have, whatever you did down in that cave has helped these people, and you can see smiles on their faces where they were previously walking around with a very mute expression or tired expression. Now there is life injected into them, and they're walking around with a smile across their face. Since you have a few hours in the morning, I will ask you one by one what your morning, afternoon routine is, and then we can lead it in to going on the ship. So we'll go around, we'll start off with Ilya, since you are below me.
Okay. Did we stay at that bar where we saw those symbols?
You've stayed overnight in the tavern, the abandoned tavern. No one had any weird dreams or anything out of the ordinary. Last night was a bit interrupted by a large explosion, light from nowhere, as well as Helen's disappearance.
Yeah, then I would probably be sitting right in front of one of the symbols, which were presumed destroyed by Ulrin.
Yes.
I will be sitting like right in front of it, cross-legged, and I don't know, tinkering with my herbalist kit.
Okay.
Just, I don't know, making some concussion, and I mean some vials, preparing some potions, because I believe I bought some components.
You do, yes. What sort of potions are you looking to brew? Are you looking to just make some healing potions or anything in particular?
Yeah, I would say healing potions for now.
Okay. If you could just roll a herbalism kit check for me. So this will be your intelligence plus proficiency, since you are proficient.
Just a second, I will reduce the music. Intelligence, you mean with proficiency?
Yes.
Okay. How to do it? Its ability check should be, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. So yeah, and proficiency we have +2, right? Or yeah,
yes.
No, yeah, +2.
Level 5, you get +3.
Yeah. So it's 14.
Okay. You begin the process of creating some potions. What you end up doing is lining up 3 regular potions to be made and brewed on your next time that you do this activity. You basically just prepare them, make the salve, and place them in the bottles, and just keep them there preserved. And then when you feel like you have the time to be able to finish them off, you will have, at least at the base level, 3 regular healing potions. However, you can try and upgrade these with further time, but you think you can get 3 of them in your next downtime activity. So just make a note of that. As well, as you're sat here by this now defaced spiral, which was carved into with a chisel, I'd like you just to roll a Arcana check as well.
Just a second. Arcana. That's 11.
Okay. You sitting there cross-legged. One thing just keeps going through your mind. You're looking at the potions, the bottles, and preparing everything with your herbalism kit. You keep looking over to your foot. You can still feel nothing there. Although you wiggle your toes and they move, you can flex your foot, but the sensation, the feeling just is completely null. That is just a constant presence that kind of is in the back of your mind and comes up every so often, as does a phantom limb for someone who has lost part of their body. And sometimes as well, even though there is this null to it, every time you almost clink a bottle in its direction, you feel this hesitation to kind of flinch and move your foot away, as though you can almost feel the sensations there. But then you quickly realize that, yeah, it is just numb and nothing can be felt. Anything else for Axon?
No, I think it would be quite enough.
Okay, then we'll move over to Leonie and Cal. So Leonie, what does Cal get up to?
After throttly complaining that the others didn't wake him up the night before and being very noisy about that, and getting everyone's description of what happened exactly and how cool it was, just so he can share it with the common populace later on, he is going to go through his stash and try and see if he has any sort of fun substances left that aren't the Smilers.
Okay. Roll a nature check at advantage for me.
Nature. Got it. Nature. Advantage.
Okay.
Oh.
Now, if you could roll a D100 for me.
Of course I can. 66. Nice number.
Excellent number. You find a couple of petals. So essentially you pull out this stem. The stem itself used to have petals around it, but they seem to have fallen off into the back. So you kind of look at it, throw it to the side, and look for those petals. Because in your mind, you remember seeing a flower in your bag at one point that had these almost like purpley pink petals to them on the side of the flower. The flower itself, you do not remember the name of, but you remember several months ago, some wizard-looking dude in an alleyway came up to you and said, "Hey, I've got something special. You're looking for something special? Here you go. All you have to do is crush these petals and snort them." And he just gave them to you. He didn't like ask for payment. He just handed them to you. So as you're like scrounging through your bag, you go, "Oh yeah, there was that guy." And then you pull out the petals themselves. The petals look a bit maybe unkempt. They are rotten a little bit. They seem to have aged slightly. But you can see them there in your hand, wilted. They're almost slightly crushed already. What does Cal do?
Well, it's another day before we leave for the ship, right? So there's a day of nothing to do.
You'll be leaving this afternoon if you want to.
Oh, okay. I thought, got it. Too bad. Okay, then I can't really afford to get wasted. Then he's just gonna categorize it as like, okay, I still have some. Okay, that's good. But he's also gonna be sad because that's not exactly a lot, and it's only like 1 or 2 options. That's not enough. And he's going to scrum around in his memory and be like, okay, I was here before. Is there anyone that has anything in this town?
As you're beginning to think, you know that the marketplace is filled with random knickknacks that people have found, both from underwater, scavenged from diving, as well as places far and wide bringing over rare spices and elements that are rare to find in Calzaria. So if you want to try and look through the market for anything as well, you can certainly do so.
Yes.
Okay. You head out. I'd like you just to roll either a persuasion check or a investigation check to see if you can find someone who will sell you something.
That's equally bad. Okay. Ooh, 19. Spoke too soon.
Okay. You, searching around, you find next to one of these guard towers. You don't really find anything in the market. The market seems to be devoid of anything that you're looking for. People try and sell you stuff, but it seems either too strange or a bit underwhelming, and the prices can be quite high as they're trying to basically rob you of your coin. But you see next to one of the guard towers, you see someone standing there, and smoke is beginning to rise out from where they're standing. But then you smell this waft of air, and it is sweet and very, very warm. Warmer than the rest of the surroundings, and it's a hot day, so it has like a bit of a spice to it. I'd like you to roll a Constitution save.
Mm, 17.
You feel this wave of like a heat wave just enter your nostrils, sweet and smooth, that it fills your lungs, and there is this sensation that the warmth in this area it's not really that warm. It feels like a mild 15 degrees Celsius, like the temperature itself completely drops around you, and it is just a very chilled day.
Yeah, Cal's definitely following his nose. He's walking up to the guy.
Okay. You head over, and you can see one of the guardsmen here stationed, currently on their own break, it seems, from standing at the watch post. He is currently leaning against it. Hobgoblin, male, shortcut sides, and he is just kind of seemingly smoking away. You begin to approach, and then you hear them go, "Hi.
Hi.
Can I help
That smells. Yes, you definitely can. Like, probably. You might not. That smells amazing, and it feels amazing.
This thing?
Yes, that thing. What is that?
Dragon's breath."
Cool. Where did you get it?
Well, I know a guy who knows their cousin.
Oh, can you introduce me to a cousin? To the cousin? Well, I would also like to be introduced to your cousin, but mostly to their cousin.
Why do you want to meet my cousin?
Well, you seem chill, so your cousin is probably also very chill.
No, she's a bitch.
Ah, yeah, family members. They do be like that.
Look, I'm not a dealer, dude. I don't sell.
Okay.
You got anything to trade?
Yeah, not quite sure.
Shut
Not
up.
really.
You look like you do.
Well, I kind of do, but
Hey, look.
they're kind of my personal
style.
stuff.
Do you want to try?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
There you go. Just one puff.
Okay, yeah, got it.
You know how to. You know how to, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Just one. Just one.
Okay. You take it in, and you feel the hairs on your arms all rise up, and even the bits of plumage that grow out from the sides of you do kind of like almost frill out as well. You feel this kind of warmth tickle your spine, and it's nice, smooth. It's like drinking a hot, warm tea, but with an extra kick at it as well. He takes it back. Hey, don't have all of it. Just one puff.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I do have something to trade. And he
Oh shit! Hold on.
you go.
You are old enough, right?
Oh, come on. Yes, I am.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm a guard, but I'm not a cop, so.
Aren't you? No, I'm not going to question that. And he pulls out the petals he just rediscovered. So this is something slightly different, like very slightly. You have to crush it and then snort it. It's one of those you have to use your nose for. Can't really smoke them. But they're very fun.
I've never tried the nose stuff before.
Honestly, it hurts a bit. Especially the first few times you do it. But you get used to it.
Okay.
And you probably shouldn't do them during your break. These tend to have more of a lasting effect.
Lasting effect?
Yeah, but not like...
You're kind of blowing my mind, dude. You're making me want it even more now.
See? Yeah, that's how you know it's the good stuff, you know.
First question, though.
Yes.
Is it going to kill me?
Unlikely. Do you have a heart condition or something?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah? Then I wouldn't recommend. I mean, this didn't really come with safety instructions. But like, you know, in general, when you have a heart condition, you should also not be smoking that stuff. That dulls your senses, and then if you do have a heart problem, you'll sense it way too late, and that's very dangerous for your health. So
takes another puff. Okay. Well, look, I've got 2 of these that I can give you. Keeping the other 10 for me. Do you have anything else to trade?
I mean, I have a lot of cursed shit.
What about that thing? And he gestures to the plant that's in a small boot. Can I crush that?
No. Nah. That's a baby. I can't trade you a baby for drugs.
It's not actually.
Also, you can't smoke that. That doesn't do anything. It will just eat you.
Hey, look. If that's a baby, I'm Sovereign Flintwork. Okay, that's a plant.
No. Okay. I see where the confusion comes from, but just look at it. And Cal's just holding a boot in his hand, like, just look at it. It's so tiny.
Okay, look, this is getting weird. I've heard stories of plants giving birth to people, so
No, it's not a person. It's just.
look,
You've heard stories of plants giving birth to people?
You haven't?
No, okay, tell me. I need to hear this.
Well, there's places in, well, you know what magic's like, right? Things grow from anything.
Kind of.
I saw, and I shit you not, when I was walking here from the north, from the Howling Mountains, there was this red thing in some jungle somewhere. I don't remember what. Now, I was scared, and I was with my mate Dave, and I asked him, what the fuck is that? And he said, look, that is a birthing pod. And I said, shut the fuck up, you're high. And he said, no, for real, that will make a baby someday. And here we are. Dave's dead now.
Dave's dead. Did the plant baby kill Dave?
No, some frog did.
I think I met the guy.
Shit stinks.
Yeah, no, the frogs in that jungle aren't exactly the normal size. Right. And Carl's just glancing at his bag. It's like, oh. Okay, so right, back on topic.
Oh yeah.
You have two of those. I have enough petals for both of us. So
shit, you want to do it now?
No, again, last thing, if I'm leaving this afternoon.
What if we did it now?
I can't be wasted when I'm entering a new place for the first time. That leaves a horrible first impression.
I need to be working. You're here talking to me. Look, I'm not going to be a killjoy. I could arrest you.
Wouldn't you also have to arrest yourself? Like, I'm not. I don't want to. Like, you smell quite intensely of this stuff. I'm not sure how much you could hide that.
Right. Look. How about? I can't just do this stuff alone. I need a friend nearby. Okay, just in case if I have a panic attack. It's happened before. Dave was that guy, but now he's gone. I've only been on this stuff. Yeah, Dave got eaten. I've only been on this stuff because I can take this quite easily. If I start taking those petals without a friend nearby, I might like run out into the darkness and then never come back. I might fall into a hole with cannibals in it. Imagine that.
Well, no, my friends stopped that, so there's no more cannibals as far as we know.
What the fuck? There's cannibals out there?
No, there was. You're listening to me. There was cannibals.
Shit. Oh yeah, I forgot.
And they're gone now.
Look, how about we look? I've got another hour. How about we just chill here, you and me? You seem like a chill dude. We'll take the petals and we'll smoke one of these again. How about that?
Honestly, that's really tempting. Like, something in my consciousness is going, no, don't do it, Kel. But I think I'm just going to ignore that. So
yeah, exactly. Just wipe that consciousness away.
Whee! I think those are going to help with wiping it. Yeah, sure. Fuck it.
Okay, cool.
That's just now, right? What's that going to do?
You see he lights a match, gets one of these roll-ups, hands one to you. You hand the petals, begins to crush them. Oh, shit. Okay. Bottoms up.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Cal. It's lovely to meet you.
Really?
Yeah.
My name's Cal.
What? No!
What the hell?
That's so crazy.
That's mad.
Wait, but like, is that a nickname or your full name? Because mine's kind of a nickname.
Mine's a nickname too.
What? Of what? Okay, say it at 3. If it's the same thing, maybe like our parents knew each other or something.
Okay. What if we have the same parents? What if you're my cousin?
No, okay, I already have a brother. I'm sorry, guy, but I don't need more. I mean, if you are my cousin, I'd be very grateful because, like, you could replace my brother or something. I think my parents would notice, but I'm not sure anyone else would.
Pretty deep.
Yeah.
I'll be your brother.
Nice.
What if I... Here's a funny one. What if I, like, skinned your brother alive and wore his skin? Do you think they'll know?
No, don't do that. No. Why would you do that?
Well, then we could be brothers for real. You know?
Okay, but like, you could just kill him. Why would you skin him alive and wear his skin?
Well, I'm not.
There's magic for that.
Is there?
There's magic that can make you look like other people. Why would you go that far?
I don't know. Because I'm not very good at prosthetics.
Wow, okay. You're a lot weirder than you look.
Take that as a compliment.
You shouldn't. No, that wasn't.
Are we gonna snort this shit or not?
Yes.
Right.
Even though you're weird, you're my brother in name. So, you didn't tell. Wait, okay. So my entire name is Calamaeus. What's your entire name?
Calabius.
Ah, so close.
Hmm.
God damn it! I was so close.
Shame.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Right.
Ah,
Yeah. Yeah,
you're gonna
Oren's
have to
gonna be
roll
so pissed.
You're gonna have to roll 3 checks for me. This is gonna be a Constitution saving throw, followed by a Wisdom saving throw, and an Intelligence saving throw.
Oh no!
That's so
6! Good start!
That's so many.
14, we're getting better. And intelligence?
Yeah.
15.
All right. You begin to partake in all of these drugs, and as you do, Cal, you experience a wave of nausea. The heat wave becomes quite intense, and you begin to feel like your body's just not really there. You look at your hand, and it's like a heat wave. It's not actually like fingers or digits. It's all slightly out of sync, a bit wavy and everything that goes around. Every time you breathe, you see this almost gout of flame just blow out. As well, you look at the other Cal, and you see he's like doing the same. He's exhaling, and you see he's on all fours, just breathing out, and you just see this fire emanating from it.
Dude, you're a dragon.
He then sprouts wings and flies off.
Dude, no! You're a guard! You have to watch the wall! The tower?
Don't worry, I'll be back. I'm gonna go and find my wife.
But you're gonna get eaten! There's a tower that eats people!
Is there?
Oh my... Yeah, Dave!
I'm a dragon.
You are? Well, yeah.
He just
Dragon's so
flies off.
scary.
You...
Dragon... How
What
is
does Cal
it
do in-
dragon?
What does Cal do in this state?
He's assuming since the guard just ditched his duty, he is now on duty. So he's just standing at the tower being like, I'm watching the tower.
You hear from above on the tower. Just this static.
The tower is glitching. That's not good. He's gonna try and get up the tower so you can see what's happening on top of the tower.
Okay. We're going to jump over to Helen quickly. Brooke, what is Helen doing during this morning, afternoon?
So Heisenberg is currently yeah, she's got the whole setup going, and would be using the time and like resources available. Probably would go around and restock on like basics like salt and whatnot. Would be trying to like break down the part into like usable portions, at least the piece of it that we got, because she kind of just haphazardly stored it. She wants to like separate it all properly and preserve it for future uses in experimentation or whatever.
For this, I will ask you to roll a medicine or nature check for me at advantage.
That is, I'm gonna go with nature because that is much better.
20.
Ooh.
You begin to prepare your makeshift lab. As you are now dissecting into the heart, you have heard stories of the heart being the vessel for where these souls are kept, whatever devil devours and consumes the deals that they contract and make with the lesser beings around the world. Those who do not follow a contract, their soul is then theirs, and that is usually stored in the heart. Now, as you're going through the heart, you can see a portion of it. You only have the bottom half. The other half was consumed by the spiral. But as you are kind of dissecting in, you know that there is an element inside the heart, which is almost a conductor for where the souls are stored. And as you are beginning to dissect and place the parts in different areas, you find right between where two of the chambers where the blood pumps through, there is a ring of gold. And it's almost like a ring that fits around two fingers. You feel it and you kind of place your hand and dissect it out. This ring, if it were to be described as anything, it's like a pearl being taken from a clam. There is just this kind of very ornate, beautiful looking, almost like creation, something that's made. On it itself, you see there are runes that are emblazoned in a fiery red against this gold band. You pull it out and you would know that this is referred to as a soul band. This is a way for the devils to almost carry a currency with them. There are things in the world known as soul coins, soul rings, things that absorb the souls and can be used as barter or exchange. This you kind of pull out and know that has a hefty amount of sentiment attached to it. You hear and feel almost fear mixed in with regret. There's even some sentiments of lust and greed mixed within as well. This relic, whatever this would be referred to as, has some souls still inside that can be used for many things.
Yeah. She'd kind of look over it a bit more closely, just like, is this thing cursed? Beyond just like, it's creepy. Like, she basically just want to figure out, like, if I put this on my hand right now, am I gonna, like, you know, rot off my arm, or can I put it on my hand?
You can roll an Arcana check.
Okay.
Hear me out. Maybe just don't. Maybe just don't put it on your hand.
16. There are many different influences that could convert someone. This, you're getting the sense that if you were to be with it for a prolonged period of time, that an infernal nature would begin to take over part of your essence. You become slightly more infernal in some features, perhaps. You would basically become corrupted to a devil's life. But this is over a long period of time, and for it to be on your person for that period. You're not sure how long or what the sort of ramifications are in the long term, but in terms of a curse, this doesn't seem to be cursed per se. This is just a cause and effect of a devil's being. So the only curse that you could see attributed to it are the people who are bound within, but the wearer isn't affected by that.
Okay. She'd put it on.
Okay.
She'd put it on her right hand, 2 fingers.
All right. It does feel warm as you wrap it around, but then the warmth is almost feels natural. And again, that sentiment is just constantly being like hitting you. It's almost like a little sugar rush every time you just feel this. every so often just whispered through this band.
Yeah, and should continue with the rest of it.
Okay. As well as you're going through the rest, do you have a proficiency in alchemist tools?
I do.
Okay, if you could roll.
Alchemist tools and herbalist tools.
So if you could roll either a wisdom or a dexterity check, proficient with your proficiency. Since you're
Okay.
proficient in them.
I'm just gonna roll acrobatics because that's dex with proficiency.
Sure. 21. I'm going to give you 3 options here, and you can tell me which one of these potions you wish to make. Now, as you're beginning to combine and take ingredients out, you have the option to make a potion that allows you to see as a devil would see, resistant to a fiery element, or the beguiling influence of a devil. So you get to choose between one of those 3 type of potion form.
How many of us have dark vision? I know I don't have dark vision, but other people do have dark vision, right?
Action's the only other one, I believe.
Yeah.
I do have
Unless-
light control.
Yes, it does.
So
So devil sight, charisma boost of some description, and fire resistance.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really have a way of giving ourselves dark vision, do we?
Not so far. No.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll go for the dark vision one purely because fire resistance we can deal with in a situational, and charisma, enough of us have high enough charisma that it's okay.
Okay.
So,
So for your own notes, write down that you have 4 more uses of this heart to dissect and create something from. But this one potion that you have made today is a devil sight potion, so you're able to see a longer distance, 120 feet in dark vision, and it lasts for 8 hours.
nice.
And once it's consumed, it goes. So you can consume it as an action. Well, actually, you can consume it as a bonus action. Most of the potions here are bonus actions.
120 foot, devil's sight.
Yeah.
8 hour.
8 hours. Bonus action.
Cool.
Okay. Is there anything else that Helen gets up to? Or is that your main thing?
She wants to restock on kind of like base ingredients while we're here, like both kind of base food ingredients and base like alchemy herbalist ingredients.
Yeah. That's fine. If you want to, you can just spend let's say 5 gold pieces, and we'll say you restock on all of the alchemy supplies that you need. You buy basically all of the essential burning supplies, as well as the different dissolvents and solutions to be able to combine, and so on and so forth, to be the Heisenberg of your dreams. As you are walking through, you do see one of the guards begins to run past outside. You see them flapping their arms. You see they just kind of like lean forward. They just blow outwards, and they continue to just fly around a guard post. Atop the guard post, you can see a very kind of weary, wide-eyed Cal, Cal, you currently hear, what's the latest on the watch post? What can you see?
Helen would go make a cup of tea, just go sit outside and watch them.
The woods aren't moving.
Say that again. I didn't hear you. Say that again. Something's moving.
The woods aren't moving.
The woods aren't moving. You just hear, sir, is this a code? I've not heard this one before. The woods are moving. Could you repeat yourself, please, Cadet?
Yes. The forest outside of the town is not moving.
There is a prolonged silence. Even longer silence. Are you just still standing there?
He's just standing there looking at me. Okay, thunderstorm, nice. Yeah, he's just standing there staring at nothing, essentially, looking at the forest, now convinced that it might start moving. She's like, don't move. Don't make me a liar. I'm watching.
Are your eyes okay, Cadet? There's no forest out there. We're in a flat land.
Then the forest did move, because there's a forest out there.
I think we might be
And it
compromised.
has toads.
As you continue to waver around, Helen, you hear actual flying as you see the reminiscent Admiral flying from the poison ivy, the very long, old seagull Aarakocra, as he lands atop of the tower. What are you doing up here?
Watching the forest.
He looks around. Get down from there.
But the cow left. And he didn't seem in any condition to continue his duty. So I'm here.
You do not have jurisdiction to be on this tower. Please, descend. He gestures down to the ladder.
Right, yeah. Can I do that? Alright. I'm totally gonna do that. No, that doesn't move.
And-
That's not good.
Please take a shower.
Shower.
He begins to fly back off. You see him fly off into the air, and then he swoops down and lands right next to the guard. And he just puts his hands behind his back, looks him down, as he is currently on his back, rolling in the clay of the flatlands. You're suspended for the time being, Carl. You can't suspend me, I'm a dragon. I fly freely. You dare speak to me in such a tone? I will burn you down, old man, and make chicken out of you. I see a connection now. You also need a shower
Oh.
and to learn manners. And you see, with a quick flick of his wrist, this blade shoots out like a hidden dagger, but instead a longsword extends out from beneath his arm, the one which is not wilted. You see he places it down in front of him, up to his neck. Boy, I'm a sailor. I've killed dragons on the seas. Do not make me grab another trophy. And he looks up towards him. And he foams at the mouth and collapses.
I would just raise the teacup in his direction. Just as a bit of a cheers.
He nods in respect. And he looks over to one of the guard towers. A loud call emanates from him, and you just see movement shift down and begin to grab the unconscious guard as he now walks over to you, Helen. The ship is ready if you wish to board. I will be there waiting for you. And go for it.
I believe everyone else is in good shape this morning. I think we have the one exception. Use it. And just kind of like glances over his shoulder up at Cal. Goes,
Cal is currently struggling to get on the ladder. He like every now and again he gets a step down and then he's like, nope, it's moving, and he climbs back up and it's like the ladder's moving. Could someone make the ladder stop moving?
I detest when people partake in drugs. Even recreationally. Don't worry. We have a surgeon on board that can remove him of these afflictions. And if that does not work, there is always the brig.
Helen would just kind of nod and Separati goes, I'll fetch Cal, and would just set down her teacup and go over and basically just trying to start to gentle parent Cal down the ladder.
Cal is moving. Please stop.
I'm gonna minor illusion the fact that it is actually moving to try and get what Cal is seeing to be real in some kind of hopes that it'll help him actually move, because at least it'll match what he is seeing. So,
Cal
like,
climbs onto one of the imaginary steps and just falls down the tower. Floop. Oh.
Helen
Around.
pat his face and go, what did you take?
I have no idea. It was just pedal stuff that this guy in an alley gave me, like 3 years ago. I kind of forgot I had it, and then that guy offered my brother in name offered me something really nicely smelling, but he would only give it to me if I would partake in the other stuff with him, because he has like separation issues or something. But then he immediately ditched me.
Helen's gonna like go back, reach into her bag, and pull out like a thing of salt that she just freshly bought. And go, here, I have something for you, and just like shove it directly under his nose to try and like just shock him back to this a little bit.
Does it help?
Sure. It does sting though, because some of it does enter your nose, and you just have salt now stuck up your nose.
Why would you do that?
The Admiral does not seem to be a fan of drug use, and I think it's important we make a good impression.
The guy on the ship we're going to be on?
Helen will just point at the massive ship and go, that one over there.
Whoops.
And
I would never do drugs. Ever.
And would basically go and find Olerin and just like gesture at Cal and go, Cal is feeling a little under the weather, and just make sure he gets on the boat. And just,
Cal.
No. Sick. What she said.
You're clearly not sick.
You don't know that.
I do, I can see it. I was watching from over there, and he points to one of the buildings in which he was kind of just lazily sat by.
Yeah. That's fair. Then you saw that he just ditched me. Who does that? Like, first, he's all on about, like, Like, oh, we have to do this with company because otherwise I could get a panic attack and I have a heart condition and I could die. And
Sounds quite
then he
sensible.
immediately leaves. He
Sounds
heard, oh, I
sensible.
could be your brother, and then immediately decided to be exactly like my brother. And that's just rude.
I think you just need to clean up.
Yeah,
Just-
the bird guy said, it's kind of critical for me to call someone a bird guy. The other bird guy, not me, said I need to take a shower. I think that's a good idea. Do you have time to do that before you go on the ship? I like ships, by the way.
Just go in the lake.
The bottomless one?
Yeah. People are in it today. Why not? There are children in there, Cal. I'm sure it's safe.
Okay. I'm not gonna say no.
And if you find any scales, let me know.
Okay. He's gonna go take a bath.
I will join you and put my feet in the water, if that makes you feel better.
Nice. You can stop me from drowning.
Yes, I don't want you drowning, but I'll be honest, I sink. So I don't think I'll be able to help you too quickly.
Just put your feet in it.
Yeah.
I don't drown. I float. Don't worry.
Okay. So Cal takes a bath.
Yeah.
Helen begins to rally the troops. Axon, anything else that you wish to do before we head over towards the ship?
Yeah, not really.
Okay.
That would be just, hanging around and, I would be at the stables next to the horses, comforting them and try to calm them. And just explain that we are going for a trip on the boat.
What's a boat?
Oh, you will see.
I don't think I want to see. I don't like new experiences.
And you will feel it. I can keep your eyes closed.
No. If I close my eyes, I'll fall asleep.
Then don't close it.
But I don't want to see what we're going on.
Oh, you will like it. Don't be such a... I don't know, like... How do you even call it? Don't be such a grumpy old horse.
I'm not old. Am I?
Exactly.
How old am I?
Can you show me your teeth?
He opens wide.
Can I estimate at least? Like,
Sure, you can roll.
roughly.
Check. Medicine or animal
Based
handling?
on the teeth?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way of doing it.
Alright, sure.
Medicine or what?
Or animal handling, like your knowledge of animals, basically.
Yeah, it's the same. So.
Oh!
Nope.
You begin to look inside, and the horse begins to talk, and you just feel your finger snapped on. I think I might be. Oh, sorry.
Ouch, yeah, be careful. Like, come on. You asked a question and didn't even wait for me to answer it.
What's that red stuff?
Mm.
You look at your finger and you see a bit of blood dripping from it, and you see he's like licking it from his teeth.
Yeah, well, take a bandage and just, wrap it around the finger.
No, let me lick it.
No. You should not, develop a taste for the blood.
But it is nice.
Come on, dude, you're starting to creep me out. Are you really a horse, or just pretending to be one?
I don't know what I am. I'm your servant. I'm your slave.
Well, not a slave. I'm...
That is what Pineapple says.
Yeah, you shouldn't have, like, talked to him. He might... He is a bit, he likes to to blow things out of the proportions. I said that I can do the bad stuff to you, but I won't do.
He said that you would say this too.
What?
I am starting to want...
I think he's smart.
I'm starting to think that you are not really horses. Come on.
I don't think he's a
been...
horse.
Yeah.
He can't be a horse.
Who cursed you? Who turned you into horses? Like into horses?
What?
Can I just,
See?
like, for safety measure, cast detect magic and look at them,
Sure.
at both of them?
Sure, you can. Casting detect magic, you begin to look around the entire cart and the horses themselves. You do not see a trace of magic from them, but as well that could be hidden behind some sort of duration barrier. You're not sure. There's no magic that weaves through them. They seem to just be inert. But some of the most powerful spellcasters can hide their magic.
I'm
The horses on the DDG!
Wait.
It was me the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
No, I will just pet both of them and tend to them. Maybe like give them like some snacks. I mean, apples or carrots, if I have some.
You begin to give them snacks as you head over towards Pineapple and give him some same loving. He will side-eye you. I heard we were going on a ship.
Yeah. Are you
Do you
excited?
know what they do on ships?
What?
Do you know what they do on ships?
Maybe.
They plunder and kill.
Yeah, I mean,
This is hospital.
we are going for a trip, and we are not going. No one will kill us, or or we won't kill anyone. It's just like a trip.
What if we end up abandoned? What if the sails break and we are stuck, isolated in the body of water that is the sea and the ocean? What happens? You know who the first person to go is? It is me. I'm the first one to go. The horse. You eat me.
What?
I've seen this before. I've read this in a book.
You read?
You read the books? You can read?
How dare you?
Yeah, can you like show me those books you read? I'm
I don't know
kinda
how to
interested. Oh, and where did you read the books?
That is none of your business, sir. What I do in my free time is up to me and me alone.
Are you sure that you are not being cursed by by any chance, good sir?
Good sir, the formalities. I thought I was your slave.
I said it before, you're not. Come on.
Then
I'm treating
why
you.
can't we come to an agreement? One day I will sit in the caravan and you pull me.
Maybe one day it might happen.
When that day happens, I will share with you my secrets.
All right. That's the deal then.
Good day, sir.
You too. You want
I
some
look forward to
carrots?
this
You've
further.
been dismissed.
Um, yes, please.
Yeah, sure. Here you go. And I will just, feed him carrots and pet his side and brush his
Mhm.
hair.
You see Tuco stood beside you. He hasn't understood any of this, and he's writing it down. He looks towards you, Axon, and he'll say, "So, do you talk to horses a lot?"
Yeah, they are quite good listener. So,
Really?
Hmm?
Wow.
yeah, and this one, and I point at Pineapple, he's quite intelligent as well. Or smart, yeah. He knows a lot. Quite a lot.
How?
That's my question exactly. I also
He's a
kinda
horse.
curious how he claims that he read it in the
Read
book.
it. Oh my.
Who gave the
Yeah.
horse an connection?
Well, I might have to borrow you and ask the horse some questions sometime. I'll make a note in my book.
Yeah, he said that he will spill his secrets only if someone will. Only when he would sit in the caravan and someone will pull him. So it's
Have heard stories of animals who have a sentience, but these are creatures that have been pulled from the material plane and taken to a place in the Fey realm. Now I don't know what, how, why, but it seems to be the lost animals are taken to this place and are given a new life. They can actually do things as well. There is a strange one, a chef that works in a Michelin star restaurant. I can't remember where though.
interesting. I actually never heard about it, even though I am from the Feywild, but it's quite a good theory, and it probably might shine a light upon this mystery.
Well, maybe they can help you. Their name was Derek, and they're a hamster.
Derek the hamster. Yeah, I somewhere heard this name, but I cannot recall.
He's quite well
where.
known. Everyone goes to his restaurants. He has chains of them going around the entire of Calzaria, and I've seen some new ones in there once too.
Do you know if there are any in Bellavia?
Maybe.
Do you know
It's been a
how?
while since I've been.
Do you know how this chain called? Of the restaurants?
I think it's called Derek's Delights.
Oh. Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
my
then.
And yes, it's the reason that it has so much appeal is because there is a logo on top, and it is this big, chubby-cheeked hamster.
Interesting.
Hmm.
I never spoken to a hamster before, and I think it might be quite an interesting experience. Though I would never change this. Both horses to the Derek, even though he's a hamster.
As you're saying that, you do see Pineapple give a side eye, and you see they nod.
Oh, did they understand that? You didn't cast the spell. The horse speaks common!
It can read, so I think it probably can understand.
Well, maybe it read in horse. Maybe that's horse libraries.
Horse libraries.
I would love to see that. And especially
I
learn the
kinda
horse
would.
language. I'm interested in how they write in their language. What is
With their teeth and blood.
You see Tuco just kind of watches the horses for a bit and just begins to sketch some more in his journal. So, as You are now bathed, ready, prepared, the horses gathered. You begin to head off towards main docks. As you arrive, you can see that it's busy. There are several other smaller ships that have been docked onside this long platform to the left and the right. But at the very end of it, you can see that there is a small dinghy, a tiny little wooden boat that goes accompanying the larger one. That is the Poison Ivy, dressed in the similar colors as well as the Eberythian Dynasty flags of green and purple. You can see that there is one individual sat inside with 2 oars by either side of him, as well as the admiral, the seagull Arakokra, who is just standing there waiting. He's currently talking to 2 individuals, 2 people that you recognize. The dwarf individual who owns and kind of looks after the actual town itself, the representative. His name is Cassel Casta, as well as the priestess that you had spoken to, the hobgoblin, Hithanka Bantaith. You see the 3 of them are currently talking between themselves, and as you arrive, you see Hithanka kind of walks over to the group of you. Hello, and you all seem slightly more different than last time I saw you.
I had a bath.
That might be it. You did smell it a bit. I have been looking into this little inquiry that we had, the spirals in the tavern. I looked through my old tomes of Ashtar, and one thing I was able to find, whether this comes up for you in any importance, the symbols are dating back several thousand years. They are seen through iconography of different deities, mainly based within primordial energies. They are almost omens of sorts. There are ties, it seems, links to a greater power, a secret that is kept. I could not find anything, unfortunately, on that secret. Ashtar is not a part of the main lineage of divinity. This seems to be something beyond his capabilities, at least. The spiral itself, it warns. It indicates a start of something else. The Void, this group, they find themselves seeking answers to this spiral, provoking it, creating more anger in the world. To what extent, I could not find in my tomes. But I have informed the leader of the Eberythian Dynasty, Sorin Flintwood, and he will look into this matter closely.
Is this kind of the way she's describing this familiar to Helen at all? Now that the connection's been pointed out? Like...
Mm-hmm. You can roll a history check if you want, or religion if you're proficient.
My history is definitely better, so... What was the name of the group? The name she said?
The Void.
As you begin to think back, now there were elements when you first saw it, that there were stories somewhere, that there were hints of something bigger, told through tales and fables of old. This spiral is something that is connected to a place beyond, something that is described as oblivion. There have been moments in time and history where powerful entities have mustered strength that is more powerful than any other. The power to almost eradicate someone completely, remove them from the board. This has been described through histories against gods fighting gods, be it primordial, those of divine lineage, demons cast away into these shadows. There is a connection that you're beginning to see, that this spiral, they hunger, they feed something that is in this realm known as Oblivion. To what extent, how, why, you're not sure. And whether it is done purposefully. But from evidence of last night, with having altars dedicated to whatever this shadow entity is, it is most definitely done with intent. At least someone is driving it forward.
Cool.
Hithanka just kind of finishes off. We will be monitoring a close eye on this point of interest that you had found last night. The entity shown in the shadows, the depiction, we have no understanding of who that could be, or who it represents, or the ideas that it represents. But the space between what the spiral has now become, you have stopped it from growing larger. From our estimates, if more would have been pumped, fed into this spiral, it would have grown larger, perhaps large enough to even reach the border of Laren. And if that were to have happened, the entire town would have been consumed. But you were there to stop it. You helped this town, and you have helped us inform the rest of the world. This is a threat, not a parlor trick like was first thought of. Tricksters playing games. This is something bigger, and you have helped alarm us to it. Now, you may rest easy, knowing that it's in capable hands. A sovereign, the rest of the Khazarian nations and beyond, they will handle this discreetly, but with efficiency. As she finishes off, you see Cassell, the dwarf, walks over. He looks as well energized, more so than the day before. Well, you have done a great deed for us last night. I would grant you a favor. If there is anything that I can do in my powers, I will aid you in your mission, adventuring. And if you are in need of gold, I can provide you a small sum of what we have in our reserves as payment and gratitude for what you have done.
So basically, a favor or money.
Pretty much.
Did you
For
say-
each, or to the whole group?
You are a group, as I assumed.
Okay.
This is like a big trading town. Like, obviously, it's been dead because of the spirals, but it's a fairly big trading town, right? Like, it might be worth giving the favor instead of the money.
The main reason that it is so popular, even though it isn't on the coast, it's connected by a river. The lake itself is what brings all of these people here. The lake, it brings curiosity, it brings tradesmen picking out the odd things that begin to float up from the surface, if there is one. Everything else in between. So it's up to you if you guys prefer to have the favor of Laren, the town, or you could just take a monetary reward for it.
I mean, I would like to, not request, but more employ the healer from the town or the priest, and to look over my, and not so injury though, like condition.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it counts as a favor or not, but I can pay quite small amount of money for that
You
service.
ask, and she will respond with, well, I can do this as a part payment of what you have done. I cannot guarantee much, as I do not have abilities to cast. I can only use what I have learned. Knowledge gained.
If you would at least advise how to treat it, and it would suffice, I think. I can cast some spells.
She will do a check. I'll roll it for everyone to see. 16. Okay. As she begins to examine your foot, you see she has a few pins that she sinks in. For a moment, you kind of wince as these needles, these pins go in quite far, metallic ones. She begins to kind of hit almost key pressure points in your feet, like acupuncture. However, they don't seem to be having any effect to you. Although the deeper they go, you begin to see blood begin to trickle out from the needles. They are going fairly deep. Well,
How are you not crying?
it is quite a good thing that
I don't
Blood
feel
is
a
still-
thing.
blood is pouring out. That means that you are not suffering from necrosis. If to be no blood, the blood would have changed to a more coagulated black, then that means we'd need to remove your foot altogether. It seems as though the functioning part of your foot is still there. It is just the sensory part. You cannot feel, but you can move, action it through your own will. This is just a thing that you will need to get used to, it seems. In terms of its capabilities, well, at least you will not feel pain there anymore. And it seems as though it has some ties to that other plane. Perhaps with your magics you can use that to your abilities. Or maybe ask a cleric of some kind. Or an archmage. You are tethered to whatever is there. You walk with whatever was taken from that space. It is a unique property to have. You are lucky to still have it.
I would not call it luck, but yeah. As they say, I was one like feet into that place. Oh. Well, all right, yeah. Okay, thank you for your insight. I might have just remove it and substitute with some prosthesis.
Why would you remove it? You just said you don't have to do that.
We shall see. I don't quite like to have a limb which I cannot feel. That means that I might just lose it randomly and won't even feel the thing.
True. What if something bites down on it and then
Yep. And poison.
and then you just don't realize and then you drip? That would be horrible.
We shall see. We shall see.
The Admiral will gesture to all of you. Well, when you are ready, we can go aboard. And he steps inside a small canoe boat.
Helen would do, like, you know, she's using the fact that she's got good balance to her advantage to kind of, like, sit down properly, and she knows what she's doing on this ship.
Mm-hmm.
The attitude about it.
Okay. Cal, Axon, the two of
Is
you also.
Gonna be very careful about getting onto this. He's trying to make up for his very bad first impression. And he's also been like, yeah, sorry about that earlier. I'm not usually like quite extreme like that. I apologize for that display.
Well, actions speak louder than words. So, show me
So
what you
I'll behave extra good for the next few days that I'll be on your boat, and then yeah, I'll be extra good.
I would prefer less good and more prim and proper.
Prim and I can do that.
And no drugs.
I of course no drugs. Of course not.
I
Roll a
almost
deception
want,
check.
I almost want to make
That
insight.
is not
Yeah.
perceived.